Hello, grade 8. How are you? I miss you all so much. I came here today with this tutorial to explain our new grammar lesson. It's about verb tenses, as you can see. There are three tenses. We all know what they are: present, past, and future. Three different types of verb tenses include simple tense, progressive tense, and the perfect tense. Today we are going to be covering only the simple tenses, so I want you to be fully focused with me. Let's have a look at this page. It says present and past tenses. Tense refers to the form of the verb that shows the time of the action. So what is a tense? It shows when the action occurred, whether in the present, past, or in the future. The present tense, the simple present tense actually, refers to an action that is happening now because it's in the present, or to an action that happens regularly. What do I mean with regularly? Something that we often do on daily basis, like brushing our teeth, like waking up early, like going to school, like dressing up, and so on. Or to a situation that is generally true, like drinking water. It is a must. We need to survive to drink. We need water to survive. So this is a fact. Okay, or we need to breathe oxygen to survive. These are facts, and we always use the present tense with facts, routines, and something that is happening now. How do I form the present tense? There are two ways only I can form the present tense, and it's not confusing at all. It's either the verb as is, left without anything being added to it in the base form, or a verb takes an s, and that's how a present tense is formed. And again, when do I add s and when do I don't? It's a subject verb agreement lesson that I've explained previously. You all need to know that depending on my subject, I either add s to the verb or I do not. So a present verb looks like these two examples here, and that's it for the present tense. So I smell the fresh bread is happening now, and the verb smell is in the present tense. The second example says the coach calls practice daily. This is something that happens very often. So the verb is also in the present tense, and the verb here has taken an s because coach is a singular subject. And that's all for the present tenses. Moving on to the past tense. The past tense refers to an action that has already occurred before in the past, 2 seconds ago, a while ago, yesterday, a year ago, or whatever, or in 1998 or whatever. The past tense of the many verbs is formed by adding ed to the base form of the verb. So there are two ways actually to form. They did not mention the second way, but you guys are aware of it. We either add ed to the verb, just like this example here. I smelled the bread earlier. So we added ed to the verb. Another example is Isabel called the coach. We also added ed here to the verb to form the past tense. The second way to form a past tense is changing the verb, which is an irregular verb, just like the example write. Write becomes wrote and not righted because it is irregular. Also, like break, which becomes broke in the past tense. So we have to be aware of the regular verbs, just like these ones, and the irregular verbs too, which you guys already know from before. Let's have a look at this exercise. Exercise 1 says draw two lines under each verb. Write its tense, present, or past in the blank. The first one has been done for you. I'm going to read it and explain how they did it. Archaeologists study the past. So they double underlined the verb here, which is study, and they said that it's in the present tense. And yes, it's definitely in the present tense because, as I explained here, there are only two ways to form a present tense. The verb is either left in the base form, intact without anything being added to it, or the verb simply takes an s depending on my subject. Now let's do the first example together. Number 1 says Herodotus lived centuries ago in Asia Minor. Where is my verb? My verb is lived. Yes, lived is in the past tense because it has taken an ed, or I added ed to it. So I simply double underline lived and I write past here. And that's all what you need to do in exercise 1. So you are responsible of working on 2 to 20 as I explained and showed you in the example. Now number 2 says draw two lines under each verb. Correct each sentence by writing in the blank the past tense of the verb. Also here we need to underline the double underline the verb. But the verb is in the present form and they want you to put it in the past form because all of these have occurred in the past, so we need to change them to the past tense. The first example that is done for you says archaeologists conduct that excavation in 1936. The verb is conduct, which is double underline. We wanna put it in the past tense. We simply add ed. Number 1 says two travelers first uncover Native American cities in 1839. Where's my verb? Yes, my verb is here. It's uncover. I need to put it in the past tense. Of course, don't forget to double underline the verb and then you can change it to the past so it becomes uncovered, just like that. And that's what you guys need to do with the rest of the sentences. Exercise 3 says draw 2 lines under each verb. Correct each sentence by writing in the blank the present tense of the verb. So what we simply need to do here is the opposite to what we did in the previous exercise. The verbs are in the past. We want to put them back in the present. People constantly wondered about life on earth many years ago. So the verb is wondered and we removed the ed to put it back in the present tense. Number 1 says discoveries about prehistoric times on earth excited even young children. Where's the verb? The verb is excited. I need to put it in the present tense. Of course, again, I remind you, do not forget to double underline the verb and then we can put it in the present tense. And this is what you guys need to do with the rest of the sentences. The writing link is, you are not responsible of doing it, but if you felt like you had extra time and you wanted to practice more, feel free to write this paragraph. And that's all for today. I hope this tutorial was actually helpful for you to understand the lesson. If you guys still have any difficulty working out these exercises, feel free to contact me whenever you want. We can assign or have a video call to re-explain the lesson. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next tutorial to explain the rest of the lesson. See you guys. Bye.